Welcome to Master 79. In this lesson, we'll tackle an ielts writing task 1 and build a band 9 answer step by step, from reading the charts to brainstorming to a full model response. Here is the task. The charts below show employment rates of males and females of different ages and the average age of their youngest child in the UK in 2008. We must summarize the information by selecting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Let's read the first chart. It shows the percentage of men and women in work across 5 age groups. For the youngest group, 16 to 25, employment is low, about 20% of men and 12% of women. It then rises steeply, peaking in the 35 to 49 group at roughly 78% of men and 82% of women. After 60, it falls sharply, and here men, at about 38%, overtake women at around 25%. The second chart links employment to the age of the employee's youngest child. Look at the shapes. Male employment stays almost flat at about 75%, whatever the child's age. Female employment behaves very differently. It is lowest near 55% when the youngest child is 6 to 10, then climbs steadily, reaching almost 70% once the child is 21 to 25. Now let's brainstorm the first chart before writing. Both sexes follow an upside-down U shape, low at the extremes, high in the middle. Women lead men through the middle years, but at the youngest and oldest ends men are ahead. For the second chart, the story is contrast. Men are unaffected, a flat line near 75%. Women are strongly affected, a clear dip when the child is young, then a steady recovery as the child grows up. A Band 9 answer needs a clear structure. Paragraph 1, a one-sentence introduction that paraphrases the task. Paragraph 2, an overview with the 2 biggest trends and no data. Then 2 body paragraphs, 1 for each chart carrying the key figures. Here is the introduction and overview. The 2 bar charts compare the percentages of men and women in employment across 5 age groups in the United Kingdom in 2008, alongside how these rates varied with the age of their youngest child. Overall, employment for both sexes peaked in middle age and was lowest among the youngest and the oldest workers. The most striking difference was that having a young child sharply reduced women's employment, while it had almost no effect on men's. The first body paragraph handles age. Only around 20% of men and 12% of women aged 16 to 25 were employed. These figures rose steeply to a peak in the 35 to 49 group at roughly 78% for men and 82% for women, with women slightly ahead throughout the middle years. After the age of 60, however, the pattern reversed, with about 38% of men still in work compared with only 25% of women. The second body paragraph handles the youngest child. Male employment stayed broadly constant at approximately 75% regardless of their youngest child's age. Female employment, in contrast, was lowest at around 55% when the youngest child was aged 6 to 10, before climbing steadily to almost 70% once the child reached 20 to 25, nearly matching the male rate. Why does this reach Band 9? Task achievement, a clear overview and accurate, well-selected data. Coherence, logical paragraphs and smooth linking. Lexical resource and grammar precise, varied and error-free. One honest note. Band 9 here reflects our own assessment against the public, ielts descriptors, not a certified examiner score. That's how we turn 2 charts into a Band 9 Task 1 answer. If this helped, subscribe to Master 79 for more ielts practice. See you in the next lesson.